All right, we're going to look through the stretching and mobility work that I often do here in class with the Adolphe stick of any kind. This happens to be a bit of pipe, but it could be a broom handle or anything you like. The reason I like using this stick is because it helps to maintain really good form throughout. Helps to give you something to focus on rather than just hitting shapes and not really understanding exactly where you may or may not be in line. So grab yourself a decent stick like this and we'll get started. We're going to keep really good form everywhere we can throughout. In this instance here, we're going to start just by making sure that the outsides of our feet are nice and straight. So try not to let your feet flare out too often. Try to keep bringing them back into line as often as you can. Start with a nice narrow grip right in the middle of the stick. And we're going to take it up to the sky. Now, I'm not going to be able to maintain good breathing while I'm talking through it, but try to make sure that your breathing is well looked after. So you're breathing in, and then you're exhaling and stretching further each time. So each time you inhale, just hold the stretch. Each time you exhale, then go a little further on the stretch. So we're going to start by going up. Trying to get my shoulders right into my ears here. Breathe in, and then go again. And we're going to go over to the side and try not to forward bend on this. Breathe in, and over to one side. Trying to keep a nice straight line. Again, I'm trying to straighten out through my arms, keep my legs nicely formed, and try and drive my shoulders into my ears. Breathe in, and go again. Back to the middle. Good to take it up high again here. Just make sure you're fully stretched out. Go over the other way. Breathe in, and a bit more. And back up to the middle. Bring it down in front. Nice and horizontal through your arms here, and then we're just going to work the wrists, so nice and methodical, up and down, fully formed through your wrists as we go, so don't just shortchange it and do this. Really curl those fingers in and then rotate those knuckles up from that position. And then we're just going to rotate the stick here, so we're just touching our forearms together. Again, nice, steady, accurate motions as we go through. Keep that narrow grip, just slightly wider though, enough to get it behind your head, and then you're going to use the stick to bring your head down so that your chin is touching right down on your chest, and then we're trying to push everything up to the sky. So from here I'm trying to straighten myself up, keeping my chin down on my chest, just a nice static hold here, keeping everything stretched up, so I'm pushing my chest, so my shoulders up, keeping my head down. Good, now our arms are going to go out wide onto the stick and we're going to rotate. So again, important to look after your feet here. Don't let your feet swivel as you go through from here. Pick a spot behind you, look to the spot behind you every time. Trying to keep your legs relatively straight, don't let them bend. Trying to keep a nice straight line through the stick. Again, nice, steady, deliberate rotations. Don't go too fast. Allow yourself to rotate a little bit further each time you come through. Trying to look a little further around each time. Good, back to the middle. And then we're going to take the stick and we're going to come to the front and then to the back. The idea here is that we're going to try not to bend the arms as we do it. Tougher if you're going with a narrow grip, easier if you're going with a wider grip. So pick a grip which gives you a reasonable challenge. As we go through, we're going to push the shoulders up and project them at the top here. So rather than just taking it over and letting your arms bend, as you free yourself coming up, push your shoulders up skyward and then bring it down. So nice steady motions again, all the way through to your back, all the way through to your front. Again, try and keep those nice straight arms as best you can, projecting your shoulders as you go over the top. Movement and mobility here, so you won't be able to keep breathing in line with it, don't worry. Good, then we're going to keep it behind us and we're going to tip out in front. Now we want to keep our back as flat as we can here. So we're trying to get a nice flat platform through the back and our feet there. We're trying to keep them nice and straight. Head is up, we're breathing in. And then we're just dipping down, but the head is staying up. Breathe in, just come back up a fraction. And dip it down each time, trying to go just a couple of inches further. Back up, breathe in. And down. back up, breathe in, and down. Good, and we're bringing the stick back over to the front, coming back up to a nice flat position. This time we are allowed to dip the head and we're trying to run the stick to the mat. Breathe in, push the stick down towards the mat, back up, breathe in, and down, back up, breathe in, and down, back up, breathe in, and down. And return back up to a standing position, take the stick behind you, and we're going just slightly wider than the hips on this one, and we're trying to run the stick up as horizontal as possible behind us. So if I just flip round on this one, again, look after the legs, look after the feet, we're trying to run up into this kind of position, so we are opening up through the shoulders, trying to squeeze those shoulder blades together, trying to keep the arms straight, and trying to run it as horizontal as possible. Come back, breathe in, and do it again. Back down, breathing in, and go again. So you can run more or less repetitions here. 4 or 5 repetitions is usually a good amount. And back down, very good. Then from this position, we're going to head down to the mat. So there we go. With the stick out in front of us, and both arms straightened out, and we're going to take one leg over the other. Now it's important to keep good form. Again, the stick is helping to keep good form. So look at the stick, and from here, keep your hands down on the mats. We're going to take one leg over the other, and then when we get there, we're going to try and straighten out through both legs. So I'm trying to drive through my heels, push my legs out straight as I get into that position, and switch the other way. Nice breath as you go. Then once you get into the position, keep your eyes on the stick, keep your hands down on the mat and try and drive out through both legs. And switch again. And then switch. And relax. Back to the middle. And I just sit cross-legged here. I'm going to take the stick out in front of us. So again, using the stick as a nice guide. Try not to let your backside leave the ground from here. Keep yourself well formed, turn nice straight back as best you can. So don't bend forwards too much and just keep wriggling that stick out, walking that stick out in front of you. Take a breath. And go again. Move the stick out, walk it out, walk it out. Back up, and again, walk the stick out. And relax, come back up. Then we're going to go over onto our back. I'll do this to the side slightly from here. So what we're doing is bringing up underneath one knee. So I'm going to place the stick underneath one knee from here. I'm going to get the other leg out straight. So I'm trying to bring the stick, knee right up towards my chest here with the stick. And the other leg's important. So I'm trying to keep the other leg, knee down to the mat and pull through my toes. So I'm driving through the heel and head down, flat on the mat. I'm trying to just pinch this leg up as high as I can. And then I'm going to breathe in and drive it up to the sky. So again, I'm trying to pull the toes back and drive through the heel. So I'm trying to drive my heel to the sky. But again, I'm trying to keep the other leg down onto the mat. Come back, breathe in. A little bit higher, pinch it up a bit higher each time. Breathe out. Back down, breathe in. I'm really trying to separate these positions here, so I'm trying to push my foot away and bring my knee up. And breathe out. Again, 4 or 5 of those. Let's switch there. Go on to the other side. Again, remember, first part here, we're just bringing it up, trying to keep the other leg straight. Driving it down towards the mat, breathe in, and drive it up. Back down, breathe in, and up. Back down, breathing in. Pulling it up each time, and out, push it up. And relax, bring it back down. Now you can also do a little bit of mobility just through that hip joint from there. So just wiggle it around. You can do this before you start or after you've done those positions, doesn't matter, but just a nice bit of rotation. Drive it up, shift it around, anything you like, just play around with it a little bit. So you're moving that leg around, or moving that hip socket around from there. Do a little bit of that on both sides before or after that previous movement. Yeah, take it across, left or right, just play around with it. Bit of free form work there, just to make sure that's hips feeling nice and loose. Good, going to come back up. Finally, we're going to finish without the stick here. So we're just going to sit with the feet together. So bring these feet in nice and tight. Just bring them in with the feet, sorry, knees nice and wide apart. Trying to bring these feet in as much as possible. Trying to sit up as tall as we can and keep bringing the feet in towards you. Try and relax as best you can into that position. Now all we're going to do is rock left and right here. And as we do it, we're going to push with the forearm to drive the knee down onto the mat. Just going to push, very deliberate, trying to push with the arm down onto the mat from there. Good, and then settle back into the middle and just let those knees fall apart a little bit more. Try and keep your posture good. Try and keep bringing those feet in towards you. And we'll do one more rock. Push that knee down, push the knee down. Keep driving it across. Back to the middle, and again, let those knees just settle as far apart as you can. Now there's quite a few other stretches you can do with the stick as well. I'm not going to go any further than this for this video. This is going to be our final one. A bunch of other ones that you can do just to extend this. That makes a nice simple 5 or 10 minute stretch that you can do. Get everything opened up nicely before you get into your other work.